Well, Todd, it was a hard-fought win, but they're a side that's been playing good footy and they're fighting for a finals position. But the way you played in the second half, I think you would have been especially happy with.
Yeah, look, they've been going pretty well. Obviously, got quite a well, I'll call it high heralded midfield. A lot of good players in there, and they're pretty dangerous if you give them space. So we're a bit disappointed early, but I thought certainly after quarter time and probably especially after half time. We played much better.
It seemed to be the game sort of was very defensively sort of minded in the first half, and I think there's only 5 goals kicked as a result. That was probably the way they wanted to play. Did you feel like it opened up a little bit in the second half, and that probably suited you a bit more?
Yeah, no doubt. I think they tried to close it down a bit, and that's sort of the way they've been playing. They've been winning, but not kicking huge scores, and defending pretty well. So. And even today, they defended, pretty well for most parts. I thought we were able to, spread the ball much better in the second half, and had a really even contribution. Like we didn't have anyone that was super high numbers, but we didn't have many that were really low either.
I think you kicked 8 goals in the second half, which in a game that wasn't, attacking, that's a pretty good result, and probably shows that you were playing some good footy.
Yeah, look, it was sort of quite a high pressure game around the ball, which made it hard to get into space. So, we were pleased we were able to score in the second half. I think they only kicked 2 goals after half time. So, we're just as pleased with the defensive stuff. I thought the longer the game got, the better we got defensively, which is a step in the right direction for us.
Is it a good challenge to have lost to a side last time when you probably felt that they did restrict the way you wanted to play, and to be able to turn it around the next time you play them?
Look, we had a pretty good idea of how they play. So, they got off the chain early, and our ball use probably didn't help us. I think just about their whole score at half time was off turnover. So, I thought we used the ball better, which not only allowed us to score, it also gave us a better chance to be organised and defend behind it. So, second half really pleasing, and look, not all wins look great, but you still only get 4 points, whether it's an ugly one or a really good-looking game. So, we're happy.
Like you said, you had a lot of guys that stepped up, and we could probably go through 14 or 15 guys that played well. But Brandon Donaldson's one guy who started the season in the reserves, but right now he's probably one of your most informed players.
Yeah, look, he's really grown. He's done this is his 3rd year, so he's he's worked really hard to get stronger, and put a little bit of weight on and get fitter. And with the ball, he's always obviously been really good for us. But his pressure and ability to cover the ground has really stepped up this year. So he's become really consistent for us.
Different small forwards stepping up too. Ashton, they've really locked down on him pretty tight. He didn't get a lot of the footy, and you didn't have Dal either. But you had different small forwards stepping up to make sure you kicked a winning score. Yeah,
and look, we've worked pretty hard. I guess it's probably a bit through necessity with injury and that sort of stuff, and guys being available to have an even spread rather than relying on too few. So I think the one game we've probably had where I think Mace kicked 5 or 6, we got beaten. So we want an even spread and don't want to have to rely on any 1 or 2 players. So it worked well today.
A very physical game like you talked about. Everyone come through unscathed, at least as far as you know at this point?
Well, look, there's a fair few that are pretty sore and sorry, so which you'd expect after that sort of game. But they'll be fine. We'll recover and train well during the week, and pick a team that we think gives us the best chance to beat Subi.
Your first game of the season was when you last played Subi. That feels like a lifetime ago. It probably feels like a lifetime ago in terms of the way you're playing too. How are you feeling about taking them on now next week?
Oh, look, it's fun. It's funny. We played Claremont 3 times and played Subi once. So it's a long time ago. Although it was a pretty good game for almost 3 quarters last time we played them. And then they certainly ran over us late. So we're certainly confident we can get the job done. But they've been in some good form. But we'll turn up and we'll give our best. Hopefully that's good enough.
Do you feel like the boys have been waiting for this chance for a long time? Round 2 was a long time ago, and everyone's been talking about how dominant Subi are. Do you feel like your players have been waiting for this chance?
Not really, to be honest. you know, we're really just focused on winning and qualifying, and it really doesn't matter this time of year how many you win, as long as you win enough. And if you qualify, you know, you've got to be the best team for 4 weeks. So we'll work really hard to qualify, and qualify in the highest possible position we can. And then once you get to finals footy, it's a new season, really. It doesn't matter what you've done before. So, you know, we'll worry about that if and when it comes. But for now, we're happy just to, you know, try and improve each week. And it'll be a good test for us. So, yeah, it comes at a good time.
You had a big milestone today, and you've got another one next week. Ashton Ham's 200 games. He's an all-time great of this footy club. What's he been like for you to coach the last 4 years?
Well, it's been a really interesting time for him. Great player, obviously, but it's been that probably period where he's gone from having to be in the top 3 for us on a week to give us a chance to win to, you know, the last 12 months he's really turned himself into he's an on-field coach, if you like. You know, his knowledge and ability to help the young guys around him, and he's still pretty dangerous. So if he gets the ball front half, you know, often we score. So, you know, he's been really good for us. Been a great player for a long time.
Thank you.
No worries.